Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and today we're looking at Deadlock by 5 Bits Games. This is a first-person shooter slash tower climbing game. I'm not sure exactly how those two things fit together yet, but I have to say, the main menu is awfully pretty. Don't you agree? Look at all those shader effects. We got lighting, we've got particles, we've got light rays, occlusion, I don't know, maybe some bump mapping. No, maybe not bump, whatever, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm pretty eager to check this out. This was sent to me by the developer, and just looking at a couple screenshots, I was like, hey, this looks awesome. So let's look at the settings very briefly. WASD and like typical Call of Duty run and gun style shooting. Simple enough. Did you notice the occlusion when the menu slid it? It's slick. This is all very slick. Look at, there's even a light ray when you highlight this UI item. These guys know what they're doing. And those are the guys in question. Alright. Back we go, and let's give this a try, shall we? Alright, here we go. Whoa, blurry. Everywhere is blurry. Oh man, that's awesome. It looks like an Unreal Tournament level. Beautiful graphics. This is a Unity game, by the way, if you couldn't tell, since like 98% of my games that I cover on this seem to be Unity games. This is not apparently a finished release yet. It's still a work in progress, so they want you to keep that in mind. But it's awfully polished, I have to say, for what it is. The frame rate's not perfect. And that may be my own fault for setting the graphic settings up too high. There we go. So I just set the graphics down a little bit from fantastic to beautiful. And it looks like they're a little bit more stable. The mouse is incredibly sensitive, though, so I guess I gotta adjust that as well. Probably could have hit those two things in one go. Sorry about this. I usually do this stuff behind the scenes, but sometimes I don't. Alright, that's better. I should be able to control it pretty well now. Alright, let's do some jumping. Very twitchy feel to it. This is sort of reminding me a little bit of, actually, well, I said it before, but Unreal Tournament. The way that the mouse feels and the way that the gun sits under your mouse feels kind of a little bit like that. Wow, why are there lasers everywhere? I'm just reloading. That's very fancy. Oh, okay, we're climbing the tower, and then it's gonna mark off places we can no longer go that are now off limits. Alright, I like this. So we're gonna be fighting stuff on our way up, and we're also going to be locking in progress. And then this laser array is going to, you know, force... Oh, we've got double jump, wow. It's going to force our progress to remain continuous. And I really like the fact that we can look up, and there's this whole depth of field effect. Look, it makes the whole thing look freaking massive. Although I think it's a little heavy, actually. I would have scaled that back just a little bit, or put the threshold for it a little further out. I mean, granted, it makes the thing look gigantic, which is probably totally the right way to go, but... it sort of feels like we need to be wearing glasses just to, like, look at the things right in front of us. Like, maybe the eyesight of our character isn't quite good, and I don't know if we want that effect, really. But, you know, it's up to the developer. I'm always astounded, like, that there's indie games that look this good. That it seems like people haven't even discovered yet, and I'm really happy I have a double jump, by the way. That makes me almost ecstatic. I'm not sure how to get over there, or if I'm going to get over there. I guess we'll figure that out as we go. But I had a realization, like, a while back, like, every single day that goes by, I cover one game. And every single day that goes by, I see, like, 5 that I wish I covered. And it's resulted in this insane Why? It says shoot me, what the hell am I doing? That's how far away I get. I start talking and then my mind wanders, and then all of a sudden I can't even see things that are directly in front of me. Well, now we know what happens when we die. My apologies. I can't seem to go one single video without doing something retarded like that. Why don't I just jump right over there? That seems like a better place. I could probably reach to. But yeah, what I was saying before, every single day I cover one game, I find about 5 that I wish I covered. And it just seems inevitable that my backlog is going to be endless. I don't know, maybe in a year and a half or 2 years I can, like, hire another person to come on. Oh wow, there we go. To come on and do videos with me or something and help out with that. It would be probably overkill, though, I think. If my channel had 2 new indie game videos every single day, I don't think people would watch that many. Or it would result in some sort of apathy. I'm jumping. I'm trying to jump here. Oh, I can shoot it to turn it back off. Got it. So we can just toggle things now. Yeah, I think it would result in some sort of an apathetic situation where people would... They'd start just probably watching, you know, every now and then when they see a cool one, which is fine. I mean, if that's the way you want to do it. But I kind of like the idea of presenting this whole channel in such a way that maybe people would want to watch every single video, because it's sort of an evolving process. I mean, I'm learning about this stuff as I go. I'm talking about them, and we're sharing this sort of this journey through the very elaborate world of indie games. Oh, that was a poor jump. Well, it's elaborate in some ways. It's also pretty simple in other ways. It's simple in that there's just so many things to look at, and just look at them, and then you'll make an opinion about them. But it's complicated if you want to try and put everything into context, which may actually be more trouble than it's worth, but, you know, I do it occasionally anyway. Alright, so let's take a quick look around here. See, the blur effect it's a little heavy. I can't even see. I mean, this thing is what? I don't know how many feet in front of me, but it should be pretty close. I think I should be able to see that. Unless, like I said before, this character's vision is just not doing so hot. Alright, let's jump on this little platform here. Everything's got these, like, crisis hexagons on them. It just sort of reminds me of the nanosuit. Crisis is a freaking crazy game. Oh man, I don't have a double jump. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay. It is not gonna work. There we go. Oh, fancy floor. Seems like a lot of work setting this whole tower up. Let's actually just go in there. Now I'm not sure, I'm like, do I need to shoot this? Whoa, what just happened? That thing trying to kill me? Guess so. It's not doing a very good job. I like that it keeps track of your time as well as your ammo on your loadout or your UI thing on the gun. Why would I just know to shoot that thing? Remember back in the day when, like, guns didn't all have LED screens on them? Or LCD screens? Whatever ED screens. I didn't even need to shoot it. It came back. Whatever. Back in, like, Alien 2, Aliens, I mean, the movie, when they figured out how useful that would be to put your ammo count on a little screen. And then we started seeing it showing up in games. Pretty wacky how that works, right? I know they had probably absolutely nothing to do with each other. I drew that invisible correlation because I do that sometimes. What is this thing? Okay. Let's sort of survey the landscape here because there's a lot of ground to cover. Man, it looks like this tower's going to take a while to climb up. Decent design. I mean, the whole thing is laid out pretty well, it seems. That was a very poor jump. I'd like to see a first-person edition of Tower Climb where every single time it's randomly generated. Sort of like the, what was it, Revolver, or what game was it called? The one by Wolffire, Receiver, right. That's like all about simulating gunplay, and it really went down to a micro level. Man. In the way you manage like every single bullet in your clip, and you're moving everything around all carefully. I would like to see something like that, and it also had randomized levels, but apply that concept to this concept, and see where we go from there, because that could be pretty cool. What's to stop me from just jumping across that? Is it just too far? It's probably just too far. Let's just take the normal path and quit trying to be a rebel all the freaking time. Alright, there we go. Made that jump. Made that jump. It seems like the double jump, like you have to be a little bit careful with it. No, I guess not. Okay, I thought you could only hit it when you're at the peak of your jump, but that doesn't seem to be true at all. I can just jump on that, right? There's not like a trick to this. That box comes out and it's trying to get me. What? I don't know what the hell just happened there. I saw the box coming at me, but I was just like, hey, I can just not deal with that. But no, I guess I had to deal with that. At least it seems to reload my gun for me every time I die. What was it, last episode I was just saying that I was pretty good at first-person platforming? We'll see how that stacks up. I'm gonna say I'm probably just a liar. I'm just a big freaking liar. Did you notice the reflection mapping in the gun sight? In the scope, I mean? That's pretty nice too, right? I'm trying to check to see if it's actual reflection mapping, though, or if it's just one of those pre-drawn JPEGs that are mapped to a sphere or whatever. I don't like those so much. Get out of here, box. I don't need your guff. Oh man, the box is coming for me. Get out of here, box. Yeah, that's right. You die. Alright, how do I go forward? I gotta go down? That looks a little unconventional. I probably wouldn't have done that. What did I do? What did I do? Did I just screw myself? Oh no, I think I'm supposed to jump into that, and it's supposed to shoot me to the left. Just gotta... Oh yeah, that's great. There's a big goofy face there, huh? Got the two silly eyes and then the reload station. Alright, things are looking good. Made a little progress. I like progress. I like these things too. What are they, like churros made out of neon? They're pretty silly. I think I've encountered these in food trucks in New York City before. I should say in Neo-Tokyo, not in New York City. They don't have that. Let's go up here, because this seems like a good place to go. It's an ambitious idea to have such an open environment like this. I mean, I would worry about poly count quite a bit. And it's actually making my computer chug a little bit, even on the not highest setting, on the second to highest setting, and there are 5 to choose from. Stop bothering me, stupid thing. Ah, what the... I don't know, I sort of got used to the idea that I was the only one here, and now these guys want to come out of the woodwork and mess with me. Where am I going? This thing wants me to go up? Or what? Go down? Go up? Where do I want? I guess I have like a mission to do up there or something. Because I can go up this side, get a nice happy shiny light. Oh, there's an arrow over there. Should probably pay attention to that, right? The arrow just says to go back down. What is it, singing? What the hell is that? How odd. I think there's something else to do up there. That seems to be the only way to move forward. I don't know, I'm not going to keep walking around in a loop, though, for ages. Maybe I gotta fall down somehow so I can land on some of those neon churros I was talking about. And please, let that be the official name for them now. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's an idea. I can shoot myself sideways on these. That thing's trying to get me. And land over there. Nice that I can use that scope as a pointing mechanism. That is not how we shoot. So I guess this is as good a time as any to tell you about my insane distrust for jump pads. I was a pretty avid Quake 3 player for a while, and I've never... Okay, I think I need to shoot it first and then jump and shoot it again. I've never gotten behind the concept of jump pads. I understand how they work from a map-making perspective. You set a waypoint A and a waypoint B, and there's just this, I don't know, this artificial animation. What are you doing? And the idea is just that basically it's to fool the player into thinking that there is like some sort of actual propulsion going on, when in reality the map is just essentially carrying the player model from one area to the next. That's entirely fine. I mean, that concept in theory works fine, but in reality it just breaks up the flow of what I think could be a better laid out map. It's giving the player permission. See, I don't have bullets anymore. This is going to be a problem. It's giving the... I'm sorry, not the player, the designer permission to... Oh, I can just jump down here. Permission to fragment their map layouts in a way that makes them pretty unintuitive and sort of confusing most of the time. Like right now, I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. I can tell there are a few points I may want to focus on. And now I'm wedged between these two neon blocks. But yeah, I don't have any direct sense of this is the intended linear path ahead, and you may or may not diverge from that path. That is generally what you desire from a level, especially in a single-player game. In multiplayer, granted, the conditions are definitely a bit different. But if you've ever played a good multiplayer map of anything, you'll know that it has a nice flow to it. You feel like you always know that there's a place to go, that it flows well from one structure to the next, from one hiding hole to the next, whatever, you know, I don't know, there's a lot of different style FPS games, but if you're playing a war game, and there's like 3 crumbling structures, and then wide open space between them, you know people are going to gravitate to those structures for cover, obviously, so you want to make the path sort of encompass a nice transition from one of those to the next. And that will basically make up the basis of your layout. But what you choose to do with it after that is up to you. So, I mean, it's not like these things are cookie cutter. This is not like there's one correct way to make a map. But there are ways to optimize them, I think. Now, I'm not an expert at map making, but I've definitely spent a few years doing it. Even though you probably won't know anything I've ever done or have seen anything I've ever published, but I have. I've done a couple things. I think my most notable was, sadly, a remake of a Quake 2 map on Unreal 2K3, which is a little bit sad, I know. That's not exactly original, but I have made a number of my own maps. In fact, I had directories full of them, which I think most of them have been lost at this point, between transitions from one computer to the next and zip files that have gotten lost and misplaced and put on disks that have been misplaced. You know how it goes. The backup process is never exactly a perfect thing. But we try anyway, right? You gotta try. I don't like these things. Maybe I just need to shoot them both at the same time and then magic will happen. I don't believe that's true, though. I want a different weapon. Can I get one of those, please? I also want to know where I'm supposed to go. I mean, there's this little green house over here glowing. I want to go to that. But I don't really like floating over everything like this. See, what am I supposed to... There's a jump pad shooting directly into this wall. I don't... I don't understand what I'm doing wrong with that. I don't feel like that's my fault. Sorry. No ill will towards the developer, though. I have to compliment them. This is quite astounding. Whether or not there are issues with the level design, in my opinion, I will not hold that against them. At least at this point. If I do this for another 20 minutes, and then I still can't get anywhere, then we'll talk. But for now, no. I guess I'll just try and break this and just go where I feel like going, instead of trying to follow whatever their intended plan or path was. At least as far as my perception goes, because I know that I don't know what their intended path was, which is why I'm having a problem. Can I make it up there? No, it's a little too high, right? There's a box up there, though. What can I do to make it up to that? I don't think I can do anything. There's a jump pad over there, which is shooting... I don't know, at nothing.
Kill him.
Kill him? Who's saying that? Is that Claptrap? Did you guys get Claptrap?
Yeah, fine.
I hear somebody talking in a silly robotic voice, and I'm almost expecting him to say, "Look at me, everybody, I'm dancing. I'm dancing." Claptrap's the coolest guy ever, except for when he wants to kill you.
You will die.
I mostly love that he gives you backpack SDUs, but I think I'm getting off on a tangent at this point. Although, aren't tangents just the most fun anyway? I should stop trying to stop my tangents, I should just let them be. Which, oddly enough, is in itself a tangent. Alright, where am I going? I'm seriously getting a little frustrated at this now. What is this taking? This is like, back in the day there was this PS1 game called PO'd, where you played as a chef. It was a first-person shooter, and it was made up of really strange, fragmented sci-fi environments that were an emphasis on verticality. And I always thought that game was pretty cool, but I think I liked it a lot because it was so non-traditional. When at the time, and this was like, what, 96, 7-ish? I don't remember exactly what year it was, but whenever it was a huge change from what I expected to see from FPS games. Which at the time, it was made up of largely stuff that was formatted like Doom. Everything was, you know, one level. As far as, like, you couldn't have stuff on top of other stuff. It was just structured, like, flat. You know, Wolfenstein 3D maybe is a better example. And this game, I think it may have had level over level. What is this arrow doing here? It's just here. What are you doing? You're a chevron. I don't know. I'm about to give up on this level design. Yeah, but I mean, that game was pretty cool. It gave you a jetpack, all kinds of crazy guns, and you were fighting like these insane two-legged vomiting beasts. If you played PO'd, you'd know what I'm talking about. It was actually a flagship title for the 3DO. If anybody remembers that. Was that Panasonic? Man, I never had a 3DO. I kind of wanted one, though, for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it was for Road Rash, maybe it was for Doom. But I eventually got Doom on the 32X, and boy, was that a surprise. I freaking didn't even finish the original campaign in that game. I'm still pissed about that. Alright, I don't care anymore. I think I'm giving up on this. Kind of feel bad giving up on it, because it actually was going really well, and now I just kind of don't know what to do with it. There's just jump gates everywhere. What's that game? Quantum Theory? Sort of looks a little like this. I'm not comparing this because I think this is bad, but it was a very poorly received game on the Xbox 360, I believe. I think it was called Quantum Theory, and it just, I don't know, the graphical aesthetic to it sort of reminds me of this. Everything was very, like, futuristic, gothic. This is not as gothic. This is obviously more, you know, neon Tron-like. I don't know what the correct description is for this sort of an art style. It's definitely sci-fi. But beyond that, it's just sort of gotten into this generic, like, computer world look. But then there's also, like, this heavy metal texture work. I don't know. The tangents, they're getting so thick I can hardly see. I think I'm going to wrap this episode up. I want to recommend this game, though. I want you guys to go check it out, and hopefully one of you will not be dissuaded by this strange fragmented level design and will be able to easily traverse it, look back at my video, spit on me, and say I'm a terrible person, proudly, and hold themselves up to a high regard, and say that they're better than I could ever be. Yeah, and if you do, make a video. I want to see. Put it up as a video response to this video. I don't mind. Maybe if it's a good video, I'll actually just put it up. People rarely do that. I get a lot of requests to collaborate and stuff with people, but nobody hardly ever just sends me a video request. Now, it's not to say that I will accept all video requests, but if they look good, if they sound good, if they have good content, and especially if they address a question that I've asked in my episode, I'll be more likely to mess around with that idea. So that is the rant on video responses. I'm not against them, I just don't get very many requests for them. So, that will wrap us up for Deadlock. Again, recommended, cool game, just weird. Needs maybe a little bit more polish in the level design department. Maybe that's just me, but I want to put you guys to the test and ask you what you think. So give it a download, it's completely free. Link's going to be in the description, as always. Check out the developers, seems like they got a lot going on. This is a very ambitious game for an indie game, and for this to come out of nowhere and be completely free, they get some serious cred in my book, so props. And I've used all my bro words, and my vocabulary is now running out, so make sure, as always, head on over to the website, www.indie-impressions.com. Check out the videos, check out the new videos, the old ones, sort them by free, sort them by Greenlight, by Steam, Desera, you name it, it's all there. Check out the forums, and then when you're done with that, head on over to facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you leave a like on that, all my videos will show up right in your Facebook feed. Makes it nice and easy for you to stay up with whatever's going on the channel. Sometimes I do contests, news updates, and such on the Facebook page as well, so if you want to be really in on what's going on, that's a good thing to do. And if you have any comments, criticisms, suggestions, or questions, or want to send me a game idea, or you're a developer and you want to send me a game review request, send me that on @RockLeeSmile on Twitter if you like, or, of course, contact forms on the website. PM me on YouTube, PM me on Reddit. I'm all over the place. You get the idea. I'm everywhere. I'm every woman, right? That's the Oprah motto. I'm the indie game Oprah. Let's put it that way. How's that sound? Indie game Oprah. And I'm saying we're done for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely night, and I will see you back again tomorrow for another awesome indie game. Later, guys!